Welcome back, everybody. In our next module, we're going to be talking about your goals, your vision, and your why, because they're all going to be intertwined as we put together your beautiful business plan. Remember that a goal not written down is merely a wish. As you start to dream big and think about the things that you want to have, do, and be in your life, these become your goals. But there's a little bit more to it than that. And they do need to be written down, but we're going to give you some additional specifics as we teach you the fundamentals of goal setting. Are you ready? Here we go. Ask yourself, what are my goals for this year? But you may not be able to answer that yet, so let's dive deeper. What do I want personally? What do I want professionally? What do I want to do to improve my health? What are my goals regarding my finances? What do I want in my relationships? And what goals can help me improve my physical fitness? I love this quote from Gordon B. Hinckley. He said, "Work without vision is drudgery. Vision without work is dreaming. Work plus vision, this is destiny." So I also want to talk to you about you creating a vision board. As you are working on putting together your goals, I'd love to invite you to put these in visual form. Most of us are visual learners, and we see things that imprint on our brain, and we remember them so much differently and so much better than we do words. So for me, my vision board is actually on my bathroom mirror. It's also inside the cupboard in my kitchen so that I see it everywhere and I'm reminded consistently of the things that I want, both this year and long term. For example, I very much want to go on a Disney cruise with my husband. I would also like to go on a Disney cruise with all 4 of my children, their 4 spouses, and all 8 of my grandchildren. That's going to have to wait just a minute. First of all, I want to take a cruise to begin with. With my husband, we've huge Disney fanatics, but we've never been on a Disney cruise. So on my next year's vision board, and one of my next year's goals is to go on a Disney cruise. But in my 5-year vision board, I also have take the entire family on a Disney cruise. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense to you. And this doesn't have to be fancy. You can start out with cutting out pictures from magazines and putting them on a foam board that you get at Walmart. Whatever it takes to put together something that you are going to see on a regular basis to remind you of your goals and your vision and your beautiful, brilliant plan for who you want to become and the life you are working to create. When it comes to vision, my absolute hero in many departments was Walt Disney. Disneyland opened in Anaheim, California in July of 1955. And Walt was there, and Walt created it, and Walt had the vision, made it happen, and it is history in terms of his vision and what he created. Fast forward a few years, and the dream was born to create Disney World, but in Orlando, Florida, on a totally different scale. It was going to be much bigger. And actually, Disney World, just for your kicks and giggles file, is actually larger than Manhattan. It is the largest tourist destination in the world. And the goal was to open it in 1971. Unfortunately, Walt Disney developed lung cancer, and he passed away before the realization of the dream and the vision and the plan of Magic Kingdom in Orlando, Florida was realized. So someone said to Roy Disney, Walt's brother, on opening day when Disney World opened in Orlando in 1971, "Gosh, it's a shame Walt wasn't here to see this." And Roy's response? "Oh, Walt saw this all right. You'd better believe he saw this, or we wouldn't be standing here." I love that. I actually I'm going to go back to this other slide. I have this framed on my wall as a constant reminder to me to create from my vision. And I'm going to invite you to do the same thing, But in order to do that, you need to start thinking big. What do you want to create? What do you want to put into the world? Start writing these things down, because then you will be able to create a plan around these things and actually birth them, and over time, bring them to life. You really can eat an elephant if you take it one bite at a time, which is why we're going to next talk about your goals. In 1981, a man by the name of George Duran came up with the acronym of SMART to describe exactly how to go about setting goals. Are you ready? Here we go. S is for specific. It needs to be specific. You need to state exactly what it is you want to accomplish and use action words in order to do that. M is for measurable. Provide a way to evaluate and using metrics or data targets so that you can measure. For example, if I say, I want to lose weight. Yes, in fact, I do. That is one of my goals. But if I don't say exactly what I want my goal weight to be or how many pounds I want to lose, then it's not measurable. So it needs to be specific and it needs to be measurable. A is for achievable. If I say I want to lose 50 pounds by noon tomorrow, that is not achievable unless I sever a limb, which I do not recommend. It needs to be achievable. It needs to be within your scope of possible to accomplish, and it needs to be attainable. R is for relevant. It needs to make sense to you within your job function and improves your business in some measurable way. And T is time-bound. A goal without a deadline is not nearly as powerful. So set a deadline, a date by which you want to have achieved your goal. State when you'll get it done and be specific on a date or the time frame that you want to accomplish this. My good friend Michelle McCullough wrote an amazing book called Make It Happen. And in her book, she talks about SMART goals, but she also talks about SMARTY goals. What in the world is a SMARTY goal, you ask? A SMARTY goal is one that includes all the things that we just talked about in terms of a SMART goal: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. And it adds one more key ingredient, and that is why. Why do you want to achieve this goal? And when you start with why, it changes absolutely everything. One of the things we want to invite you to do, in addition to writing down your goals as part of your business plan, your written business plan, is to start with why. Strongly recommending to you that you go onto YouTube and you find the video Simon Sinek did. It is his TED Talk, SIMON SINEK. Simon Sinek, one of the greatest thought leaders of our day, and you watch his TED Talk, Start with Why. And you think about why. Why did you get into real estate to begin with? And as you learn to identify your why and then learn to articulate it to other people, connecting why you want to do what you do with what you want to accomplish, it will absolutely pour gasoline on that goal and you can ignite it. And it will provide fire in your life that will excite you when you get frustrated, when you get tired, when you are sick of it, when you get discouraged and feel like you can't do it. Connect with your why deeply in your gut. Figure out why you want this thing. And hopefully it will bring your dream, your vision, your plan back to life as you reignite the flame. Take a few minutes. Watch that TED Talk. It's absolutely incredible. Love it. And then I'd love to hear your why. Connect deeply with why you got into this industry to begin with. And over time, I will share mine with you as well. Make sure you start to write down your goals and make sure they fit into this framework. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, and add that last piece. Make it a SMARTY goal and add your why.